digital realm where the pixels dance. I'm the trader, the player, the main chance. On the charts, I see the signs, the patterns, trend lines, candlesticks, the market's own tattoos. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market, I ride the tide. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market, I navigate. MACD, RSI, the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game is never subdued. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market, I ride the tide. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market, I navigate. In the chaos, I find the signal. In the noise, I see the details. With every trade, I grow and thrive. In the crypto market, I stay alive. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market, I navigate. In the digital realm, I'm the king. Trading patterns, my everything. Crypto patterns, they come and go. In the crypto market, I go. MACD, RSI, the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game. In the chaos, I find a signal. In the noise, I see the details. With every trade, I grow and thrive. In the crypto market, I stay alive. In the digital realm, I'm the king. Trading patterns, my everything. Crypto patterns, they come and go. In the crypto market, I glow. Nights and neon dreams, spinning wheels in fast machines. Digital gold in pixel streams, rise and fall like cryptic memes. Eyes glued to the endless charts, ticker tape and rising hearts. Every coin a work of art, bound to break or fall apart. Number, go up, 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 hold on tight, don't you stop. Ride the waves, never drop, chasing dreams with no flop. Number, go up, 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 hold on tight, don't you stop. Ride the waves, never drop, chasing dreams with no flop. Flash in midnight trades, screen lights up in neon shades. Risk and thrill as courage fades, lightning gains in crypto raids. Hear the clicks, the cash advance, every move a daring dance. Fortune favors those who chance, come my friends, join a trance. Number, go up, 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 hold on tight, don't you stop. Ride the waves, never drop, chasing dreams with no flop. my hips ignite. I'm trading sad instead of holding tight. Date nights, cash, I roll the dice. Crypto fever's my vice. Ooh, I crave your heat, not blockchain's tease. Ooh, sugar and sats, don't cut me, please. Yeah, yeah. Fires in my game ignite. Groove shakes me day and night.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the ringing of the cowbell.
Through the candle glow,
Clearing of the space.
moon, let our savings go.
Oh, you want me to move over?
That's the hint, Sean.
All right, sorry. Didn't mean to be in your chair.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing on. Here's the turkey.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I should say thank you very much.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. Looking behind me at all these altcoins, I know there's just a tempting bunch of people out there. It's the weekend, Friday, going into Saturday, and wow, I think we had a pretty good week of with our price action here, and the things that we've been looking for here on this channel. Been getting very fortunate in our calls and how we've been interpreting and reading these charts. And here we are on the daily for Bitcoin, above the 9-moving average. That's always good. Like it. Testing the 21-moving average. Oh, okay, yeah. We got a little hiccup there. Above us is 85,000. That's where the 50-moving average is. We're below them all, aren't we? 100 is up at 92, and the 200, which we need to come talk to that little booger, up about 87,000. Now that's on the regular Bitcoin chart. If we come over to the MBT1 Bitcoin futures, they just closed today at 84,095. They're kind of stuck there all weekend, and we kind of form a little gap between whatever we do now and when they open back up on Sunday, and then they'll try to reclaim that at some point. It's usually how that game works. But on their chart, I always point this out, that we're above that 200 moving average, and we also tested out that 21 there. Their chart looks a little bit more bullish than what the others do, and I like to keep an eye on this. This is what the big boys are watching. What's the chart that they're using when they're exchanging, or when they're on that exchange, right? There's a frog in my throat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So glad to have you here. But what's going on with Bitcoin? Well, 83,000. And I guess we can come down to some of these little smaller time frames here, where's a little bit more noise. We're pointing out this little guy here, double bottom, several different ways to look at it, and I've got several different charts where she's pointed out there. Let me just find one that we can work with here. We'll just stick with this item. Broke out, came back for a retest, double bottom there, and we've just been in this little trajectory right now until now. Here on the weekend. They ran us up pretty well today. They did. And I'm telling you, it's been hard to short, but I've been trying to short this little guy. Finally it takes. I'm working on my shorting skills here just to get used to being in. It's hard. It's hard to have that conviction that it was going to hold, and then she'll run up and because if she runs up to the top of our channel here to like 85,000, I'm like, well, how much drawdown am I in for this? So just trying to open up a little short there, and finally got one. Here we are breaking this area here, so there's a little chance for some downward action. Just take a rough measure move there. Suggest we might be coming back down to about 81.3. My guess is probably Sundays when that would happen. That's usually when they like to dump us. If you haven't noticed, that's when they like to scare the bejesus out of you with some kind of news coming out. Oh no! probably be 1,000% tariff on China or something crazy coming out, and then, you know, who knows what's going to go on in this crazy world. Give me just a second. But what I find interesting, perhaps a little bit more so, right over here, total 3. That represents our altcoins, and we're coming back up to retest this area. It's a 618 Fibonacci and also a bigger Fibonacci at 3.618 that we lost from a while back. She's an area of resistance we need to get past. In other words, wasn't cool that we lost her. But it looks like we're headed up there. The only thing is that Bitcoin dominance is also headed back up toward the top of this channel. And I wonder which is going to be more beneficial for altcoins. Which might, it's rare that they will go up together. But it looks like we're going to have a pretty decent weekend of a few select altcoins popping off. My recommendation is to be on the selling side rather than the buying side, and that's what we try to get straightened out here at the channel. Got some nice little look at Partcoin. Let's just take it. It's just stolen the show. Partcoin 2.0. I think there's a Partcoin before this. It didn't have quite the effect. This one has been smelt around the world. And then this little guy, you remember this little guy, we talked about this one. We had setups for these little guys and for CRV. We were talking about them. We'll talk about some other coins tonight. Let us get over to Bitcoin and try to figure out what she's doing on these smaller time frames. This is 15 minutes. She's going sideways after kind of screwing out this area. Here's what where are we at? Oh, you are the CoINEX chart.
Feel the breeze wrap around our flame. Every pulse.
This was the other idea with the double bottom and coming back, and she kind of went below that on that retest, but she popped out. So many different ways that you can look at this market. And here we are. Here we are. What made me want to go short, other than that trend line that we're bumping our head on, and then us coming up into some reversible areas there in our Fibonacci, and I'm like, yeah, I believe it's time.
Hold tight now, baby, don't look away.
And there we go. So in the local time frames, when I was really watching her on the smaller, this was one of the little tools that was helping me kind of navigate it, and we came back up to our 113 area. And it just makes sense that when they pump you up on a Friday, they're going to try to dump you. There's no liquidity here to hold us on the weekend, and rather than trying to chase anything on the weekend, we're in a position where we can take profits if numbers does go back up. Bitcoin may hang out sideways, but Bitcoin dominance is figuring out what's going on or not, you know. But the altcoins, they might be doing a little something here on the weekend. I don't know for how long, but taking a look at them real quick. Total 3, remember that we were just on total 3. Kind of give us an idea what our altcoins are going to be like this weekend. They got a pump, or is the pump about done? Here on the 1 hour, they're at an area of they got to figure out what they're going to do. They did make they made a higher high though. That was cool. Didn't quite knock out this guy. That's a steep ass angle right there that they're on. I am expecting a dump this weekend, so she's shaping up for it. Now, how far of a dump will she go? That can depend on a few little factors here. This is the 1 hour. It's best to come all the way back down here. And that's not too much. That's about 10 to maybe $20 billion that possibly might come out of altcoins this weekend. However, they may be forming an M top since we're that close. Now, I don't know that it will complete. That's kind of wild. We got a W bottom right here in the middle is an M. So are we going to come down and W again? That would suck. but we could at least see them come down to one of these two areas and try to catch something, and then maybe maybe our new angle over here will come to effect. Perhaps we can figure it out now. And let's just make you a little dotted line there. And it suggests right here at $174 million. So we might get a slight little pullback on altcoins, and we'll figure out what they do as we go into the week. So there might be some shorts on some of these altcoins that are coming up. How you doing here on the daily so far? Oh, Casper, you just now starting to turn red. Let's turn our heads. Let me say hello to everybody here in the chat. If we can get out my noisy looking chart there. You can't even see what's going on there. Chat box. So we got Strega. Shout out to you guys. How's it going, Strega? Bullish on Parade. Duality C. Glasshopper. It's Friday for time for some apple water. Haven't done apple water in a while. I got some coffee. Apple water made me stupid. I mean, it made me stupid. I don't need help being stupid, but it helped me. It made me even more stupid. That was amazing. Maddie Ghost. Bought some Jeep yesterday. We looked at that last night, didn't we? Ryan K says, Happy Friday, Road Dog Crew. Board PC guy. There's that cowbell. There's Soul. And we got Jay Violet. How's it going, Jay Violet? The Dusty Hunt. Jim Derringer says total 3 is rounding. Oh boy. Was that on a bigger? Total 3 looks kind of interesting to me right now. I still think we're kind of janky, but altcoins do look like they're trying to do something. I don't know if they're going to do anything this weekend very much. If they do, you know, I got my sell orders ready for them. For some of you guys, let me clarify for the biggest thing that I've been working on. It's not changed. I just haven't mentioned it in a while. But when you zoom out, and let me get a chart that we can zoom out on. I mean, the overall game plan. Let me get our lines out here. Big, fat, and thick. The idea that I'm overall looking for is that when we actually, at some point, I think a breakout will come. Now, whether it's soon or we come back down and, you know, we can do something like that. Wouldn't doubt it with all the stuff going on right now. And that'd be an opportunity to, you know, get some more Bitcoin and maybe a few altcoins cheaper. But eventually, whether we do it here or soon or pull back and, whoops, do some type of a double bottom, a higher bottom, whichever, and break out. At some point, we're going to cross one of these lines, and it's starting to look a little bit easier now. So somewhere around 92,000, and we will come back, and that's going to be one of the first signs here on the daily that we change trends. Right, when we make a higher high. And most likely, in my personal opinion, I think that probably will be about 90, maybe up to 93,000. They might take us up there. But it's this next low from here that they come down to. That's the one we want to be prepared for. It's what I want to be prepared for, with the nice positions, nice dry powder, so that I can really focus in on Bitcoin, especially Bitcoin, for one last little. I'll probably put a much heavier order in. That's the one I'm looking to put a much heavier order in, because is arguably one of the best places to get in the market, and it's what WD Gann suggests as one of the juiciest and safest times to get in the market. Is that first high or low after you make your first high or high when this trend changes, whichever trend that you're on, right? But especially on the bigger ones. That's what I'm looking for on this and also on Total 3. It's just taken forever and a few days to get here. Let me come back to the chat. I think we said hi to everybody. The Dusty Hunt. Jim Dander says, Binance Futures listens for XCN, explains momentum. No spot announcement has me leaning bearish, though. It was I've enjoyed that. Every time that one pumps, it makes me very, very happy. Reese John, do you think H-bar is ready to push up, and to what price you thinking? Maybe we'll put H-bar on my list right there. And there's Bellis Williams. How's it going? Oh, and we got Jan Pulo. Hey, glad to have you here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Reese John, I think I said hello. I think I caught everybody. Glasshopper says, not sure, dog. What's your favorite guitar? Do I have a favorite? I've got electrics, but I rarely play electric guitar. I rarely ever do. I can't even consider myself an electric guitar player, really. Just because I don't ever mess with the amps and all that. But I do have some, and my favorite, I guess if we're going with the top ones, man, I love the sound of a Gibson Les Paul. Love it. But I think I lean, I like Les Paul, which I don't yet really have. I have something similar. And I would say that I have more Telecasters than anything, or Telecaster styles. I can't really pick between them because you want a different sound for a lot of times, but I think it's hard to beat a Les Paul. They're just too damn heavy. Too damn heavy. Haven Peck says, I have a jar and I want to fill it with more Bitcoin. We won't trading control with a heartbeat. Tommy, 2 liters. And MG Motorsport. All right, so let's take a look at some of these things going on. Some of these juicy possibilities. Bitcoin, just tapping back on that. Now she started. Hey! Thank you, Richie John. I just saw that. I actually get a warning down my ear. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm still trying to get all the stream element stuff set up, and I'm a boomer. It takes a little while to do it. Thank you so much for the super chat there. Board PC guy makes me want to take out my guitar. It's been a while. They're fun. My favorite, the one I use, I've got a Little Martin, and I like it. But I've also got this vintage Takamine, like a 1970. Is it a 70? I think it's a 74. It's a Martin knockoff. I love that little thing. The action on it, the sound on it. But that's my favorite guitar of all. And actually, I think I've seen it on some of my skits that I've had on there. There's some of my guitars on some of there. But I'm not much of an electric player. I would love to have all the pedals and everything, but that started getting just too much for me. I just want to grab and go. And I'm too lazy to learn other people's songs, so I just make up my own music. I have no song repertoire other than things I've just discovered, along the way or happen to remember. But I would always, you learn a song and then a month later I'm like, oh, I used to know that. I just, I forgot so many that I can't ever remember. I just screw it. But we just let it come out. Let's take a look at some of these altcoins because XCN's been kind of a hot one. We'll take a look at HBAR next there. Let's see, we got XCN over here on Coinbase. Let's check her out and see. This one, we're on the daily. I posted in the Telegram group when this one was starting to move. or after I saw it move. It had already moved quite a bit. But she's at 2 cents right now. She's still doing her little thing. Well, that was a juicy price and never got hit. What short was this one? No, let's see. KuCoin looks good. Yeah, here we go. That's the one we've been following here. So she's made it up. She finally hit my second target, and this is all I did. All I did on, and I've been playing. You know, I've had this one on spot, and I've added a lot to. When she was getting down, I didn't add as much, but I made it a point to add to my bags when she was down here below a penny and all that. I kind of did a little DCA on spot with this one, and then I got my targets, and she's been hit. She's been hitting them, and that's cool. And when she goes up and then she comes back down, and I'll see about maybe getting some more. But in the meantime, this one, when she goes, she makes those multiples quick. So from here to where she topped out at, you know, that's about a 3x, 200% gains. And we just saw that. I didn't put the right color, but at the 0.5 Fibonacci there. And I'm wondering if, 33. 33, she might be trying to, if she wobbles around through here, she might be heading for 33 next, after she catches her breath. And I'll be very happy with that target too, if we can get that. Right now, let's see, we can take these guys she's hit, we can take that off. I don't think we need this one anymore. We can come down to a smaller time frame, and here on the 4 hour, what are we getting over here? This one's probably a good one to track it on. Moving averages. They're trying. She can come right back down here to retest these areas and then bounce right back up from there, which I think is probably what she's going to do. I need some more noise on this one. Come down to the 1 hour and see what's going on. All right, so this is basically all I do when I'm doing things, trend lines, and we broke that, and so we'll probably come back down, test this area. Let's pull out our fibs. I'm gonna go from down here, this little nubbin, and we've been to 0.5 area. I would like to see a retest of somewhere through here.
Like a flame in the storm, it flickers and bends, but this is a circle where trust never ends. Spicy and smooth.
And that's where I be saying, more please. Can I have some more please? Because hopefully I have the dry powder there sitting there waiting for those little guys. This is down around, and this is very possible to be happening. Back somewhere around 0.01314 area, maybe 6. The question is, will she just kind of do this again when she gets back there, and this bit come above butt crack, or are we kind of getting to a bounce where we're trying to do something more like this? And for that, don't really have an answer. This looked good too until it didn't. We'll have to see what happens here. But I would say she is she's probably close to topping out here. I'm curious if maybe she will come back up there, but she's definitely needing to take a break. That's cool. That was a nice run. That was a nice little payday there. Let's take a look at H-bar. Hey, Glitter Marshmallow, glad you could stop by. MG Motorsports says, when I say doubled, I found I had $20 in the wallet I didn't know I had. Chucked it in on XCN and it turned into 40. And there you go. I played that one a little bit on my little. I got some Coinbase wallets, and I played it a little bit over there with their swaps. It's a pretty decent exchange, but there's fees over there. Coinbase is really, really deft at getting fees. They know how to definitely monetize their end of the deal.
Lightning strikes on the edge of fate. Leap of the brave, no time to wait.
So H-bar, let's zoom out on this guy.
Feel the passion, let it thrive.
Oh snap! I just moved something. Put it back. Okay. Are we on? Are we off?
You cannot contain. Ride the wave where fortunes collide. A digital spark.
She didn't quite hit the fib area down here, I would expect. Now she may come back down for that. That's a 11.8, 11.9. Just right under 12 cents. That is a hard call to make on this one. Stochastics kind of suggest, see how they're up there? And they're starting to tilt down. That suggests that we could have one more run down, in my personal opinion, here on the daily. Not saying she's got to go. Well, I don't know. It might take her all the way down there. I don't know. It could also make a higher low. It looks like they're going to play with us on the downside a little bit for altcoins. That's only 2 humps there, baby. I think it'll be an interesting weekend, but I don't ever trust what's going on the weekends. It didn't make a higher high, so.
I saw your face on a digital screen. A world of
I see signs of that there might be some really good support somewhere around 15.5 cents, but
they call my
I'm keeping my eye on this area down here. It does not have to hit, but because it didn't, I'm just keeping my eye on it. It's still a possibility, but right now I don't see any sign that it's trying to go just down there. It could, but I don't see that. Hey man, I'm definitely going there. I see lots of areas it could get caught up in between. So if I had to look for some place that it might get stuck on this weekend, or where you might find some support. Turkey getting tired.
1,000 dreams in a wallet's embrace.
It's suggesting about 14.5 cents, maybe that area.
I retrace.
But honestly, I'm wondering.
Let the future unfold. A whisper
Well, I also see the possibility of us at least coming back up one more time before trying to break through, and that might just bring us down to here. Some of these coins are making me wonder if they're going to try to, if they got a little bit more steam in them. So H-bar is at an area right now, and it's had good support where it is at the 16.5. I wouldn't doubt that this would hold, and maybe over the maybe this weekend that they might try to get us up to try to get. It would be cool if we can get a higher high. If we get 18.5, that'd be really good. That would be signaling, you know, that our trend is actually trying to change there. What can you tell me on smaller time frames? Yeah, she's not showing signs of wanting to bounce yet, but keep her eyes open. Gosh, Turkey just got tired. What the hell? Coffee time. I want to take a look at a coin called XDC. I am not in this one, but it's starting to move a little bit, and I want to see what she looks like. XDC mainnet, so I think it's a layer 1, right?
I saw your face on a
We've charted it before.
a world of chance where
Let's
golden coins they call my name. A rebel heart fueling the flame. Crypto amor, let it ignite. Changing my world.
So, you know, I mean, have we ever had a discussion about cup and handles and why you want to see price be leading into a cup and handle? mean, and you don't want to see one on a downtrend, although that's where a lot of people love to call out cup and handles. Look, it's a cup and handle to the upside. They're continuation patterns. That's why I'm always bitching about them and how they're presented, because it would probably, there's a perfect example of it being a continuation pattern. When price is coming down into it, look, cup and handle to the upside. They don't call me, whatever for nothing. Right. I'm just throwing some ideas out here. Look, here's another cup and handle. It's not, and eventually you'll figure that out and like, hey man, dude's cup and handles don't play out, right? Their continuation pattern, if you look at them that way, it turned into a possible. You could say it's an even eve. It's got a lower low on it, but sometimes one booby can be lower than the other, or one butt cheek can be lower than the other. Just throwing that out as we see these things come out, just so you don't fall for every cup and handle presented to you out there, because some people just like to make things fit into patterns out here. That's not what I try to teach on this channel. I try to teach some other stuff and some more solid ways, I hope, ways of looking at it. So XDC here on the daily, bouncing off the 200 moving average and reclaiming some of these little guys. Looks like she's trying to head up toward that 100 moving average, because they like to talk to each other every once in a while. About 8.7 cents. We're at 7.3, so we're sitting between 7 and 8 cents when you just kind of break it down. When she's been up to 15 cents, so she might have a doubling up available to be happening. And she's been up as high as 19. Looks like you would have got more mileage out of that XDC, if I'm being honest about it. We're going to take a few. I'm going to go way down to the bottom here, go bottom to the top. So with all the bad stuff that's happened and everything, she's never made it down here to this 5 cent area, so that's kind of interesting. I'm not really crazy about the levels I see there. Let me just check a few things, make sure that I'm getting some good responses here for Fibonacci levels. And no, not the greatest. That's kind of odd. We got a little something here. That's going to be our best away. All right, so with Fibon, sometimes when your bigger movement, even though it's old as the hills, like from August 21st, that high to low, I mean, that's where you're getting more, I think, more accurate information than trying to, when other things aren't working. Go big, zoom out. You didn't quite hit that target either. Okay. So at least we got a little bit of bearing here. XDC. Why did you pick this one? It just looked like it was trying to do something. We got a double bottom at this area. It wicked down, then it came back, so we do have something to work with. Where could this one go? Close to 12 cents, right between 11 and 12 cents. It's trying to make a double bottom pattern there. I don't know. I was just taking a look at it. XDC. I want to see what the tokenomics look like. A lot of people were talking about it, and eventually maybe she'll come back into the limelight. Be nice to catch them before everybody starts talking about them, right? And when they're starting to show maybe a little sign of movement. XDC as a network is a blockchain developed to support trade finance and the tokenization of real-world assets. That's why everybody's wanting new. It's an EVM-compatible blockchain. XDC network utilizes state-of-the-art delegated proof-of-stake DPoS consensus engine to provide high-level security, fast transaction times, and improve scalability. I don't think I've heard. Oh, tokenomics were right back there. We got back up, Jack. So total this is, no, you're one of them. Why do you guys like to do that so much? Circulating supply is only a mere 15 billion. with a total supply of only a mere 37 billion. So talk about running like maple syrup. That's usually what I expect from coins like that. All-time high 4 years ago. That's why you never got up past 19 cents. It makes sense now. All right, well, that's probably why I'm not in this one. Listen, the more tokens that you got in these projects and all that, they move slow AF. Cardano, XRP, they go through cycles where they just move like honey. It's like a glacier. I'm like, oh my gosh, are we ever going to get there? It's move at a snail's pace, and then eventually they can do something, but they are just like, ugh. They will try your patience, and I'm not a fan of the ones that have billions. I mean, we're talking billions and billions, of like above 20 billion, 10 billion. I mean, honestly, about 2 billion is really where I'd rather see a project have at least under 2 billion, preferably even under 1 billion coins. And that used to be kind of the limit everybody would shoot for until, I don't know why. More zeros make people want to buy it. And then we get, you'll get like Caspa, which, yay, is great. But when support falls, it falls. And she's just, look, Caspa has revealed exactly what Caspa is. And can you guys see that?
And it's just like the coin under the flame. It's the heat of the climb that I feel.
She's a little turtle. That's what Caspa is. A little tarpon turtle is what we call them. A little spiky back tarpon turtle with a little turtle feet and a little turtle shell and its little turtle prizes. Just going all slow. So if we're lucky, price will come up and start making the turtle head. We're talking about Altcoin next.
Match your soft climb, 'cause you're so smooth. And it's
So Turtle Caspa, because it's got those billions and billions of coins. And unless there's people out here chasing and pumping that little baby up, well, we gotta be extra patient. So that's my warning against those that have too many coins. Let us take a look at a farty coin. Fart coin with the eyeball so bright. Will you stink up the sheets tonight? I have given up most of my gains trying to do this fart coin thing. I've tried to short it. Actually, am I now? But I am telling you, man, even if I try to take just a little bit, when it gets into the red or whatever, I've got a short on it right now. But when it goes against me, it's like, then it zaps up all the gains I made from other plays I've had. Pardon me just a moment, folks, if you don't mind. And we are back. So Fartcoin was in this little itsy bitsy spider, inverted, I'm a weird looking spider on the wall pattern, kind of inverted head and shoulders, I guess technically. Rounded. I find that very interesting. Nice little breakout. Measure move for that little guy is still above about $1.05, and we haven't hit that yet. And now I just messed up my charts there. Man, what is going on? All right, so Fartcoin, if we can get down to smaller time frame, see what she's doing. So my reasons for shorting would be because that we've hit some good fib levels, and I don't think that's where I pulled it from, was it? And I'm hoping I don't get stopped out. I mean, this little guy's kind of got the signs of a top that she's topped out there. Nice little blow off, nice little pin blow off top is what we normally call that. But I'm not looking for it to come down too much. I'm actually looking at maybe taking along somewhere. If she can get down here to 64 cents, 65 cents, I wouldn't mind picking up a little fart coin futures play there. I think let's use this method here. Pointing toward that we would come back down to this area. That makes a lot of sense. Didn't have to pull out a Fibonacci or anything. That's just coming right back down to the top of that guy. So right around 80 cents seems to be where we're headed. I think I was trying to short her from right around here, about 80, 88, 89. She kept going higher, and then we started making this rising channel, and I'm against resistance, but a rising channel, and those don't break down, especially toward, at these areas. That's a bearish pattern in itself. So, but it took her a long time. It's hard to short the top. But hopefully it'll do something there. Altcoin. Here's another one we've been looking at over here, and she's been doing good. She did really good today. Got up to 63 cents curve CRV. She made her higher high there. Let's see, we are on the 1 hour chart here. Let's see, it looks like you got a 113 on me. Make it real or I'm lost in the fade. Give me search. Make it real or I'm lost in the fade. Still possibility of being inside, this kind of idea if we just connect all of our points there. Well, we still get a breakout. I think she'll be pulling back to a little bit. A little bit. I would say we'll probably get a nice little 382 pullback on this guy. And that would be retesting this area right over here, about 54 cents. Might there be a short down to there? Maybe. We might catch over here at 57, 58, which is not far from where we are now, so not too late to take a short, but I don't know if the risk to reward is going to be worth it taking if it does catch it around this trend line. However, if she breaks that trend line and wants to come down further, then it might be worth it. Zooming out here a little bit, we got the devil in the mix, little Lucy line over there, that little devil girl just sitting up there. Bearish cross there, her over the 800. So a nice little place for it to be rejected. And it does suggest it might be able to come down to this 48 area. It could. You can also look these trend lines, and if you're looking at this as being a breakup or there's a valid ways to look at this, right? Normally, you would, the most sensible person would, or don't say that right. Your standard way of playing a channel like this is just take the width of the channel and put it at the breakout, and then that gives you the measure move we go to, which this worked out pretty darn good, right? See how this stuff kind of works? You would only be disappointed at this point if you were trying to do the crazy stuff that's out there. Well, they do something crazy like this and then are calling for, 75 cents and you're not making it. And then you find out later that they bailed out on you right around these levels. Man, but you were calling up here. Just the little basic things that you learn. That's effective. That was pretty good there. Curve, CRV. Are you? And you might be coming right back down. Just a wee bits there. Now I see the possibility that We could revisit these areas down here at 43, just depending on what the market does. Don't want to forget that. And then I end up with lots of lines on my chart, and people say, what does that mean? This is why this looks too hard. It's not really. But that's without even, do we pull out a, this was a fib. We did pull a fib out. I'm about to say, but that's out without a fib.
When the numbers up, he's all charm and grace.
Here's one we haven't looked at in a while. This is render.
Touch, sweeter with a smile.
That's the render market cap. That's not really the render token price. Step up your game, my man.
Crashes, oh, he sings.
Let's see who. Oh, Binance should have the best ones. Look, we're in our juicy little buy zone down here. You went further down for your little tipsy W's. She broke this twin line. She broke this trend line twice. That's a double bottom fake out. That was double dipping. How far did you get down? $2.50. Where did you come from? Like up to $12 in December. Like up to $13 last year. This time last year. This time last year she was dumping down to $9. All the way down to $6 this month last year. Actually, yeah, 1 year ago today she was in the dump. Oh my gosh. It was horrible. We gave up all of our gains. It sucked. It totally sucked. But now look where we are. And tell me, altcoins were like, it's like them being back in the bear market. They better make this up, man. Last year, I mean, that would suck. A year ago that they topped out. And then from this, for this whole year, we just been on this little roller coaster fake out ride just to come all the way back down to where we were in the bear market. Where did we come down to? We came down to levels that we were in where we topped out in May of 23. Well, Render, that is on the daily. It looks like you're trying to do a little something now, trying to do a double bottom here. So that'll confirm somewhere around this area at 422. Until then, we're just still watching and hoping. Oh my gosh. Pardon me just a second. I don't want to sneeze up. And we're back. Hi, everybody. Let me come over and chat and see what everybody's up to over here. I think the music's got me in a mellow mood tonight. Haven says, I've noticed on base chains, some memes are just one coin whenever one becomes the staple on base, it can be wildly profitable. The only meme over there I've really played was Toshi. I have played XCN over there because they've got it on base, that the one that's doing so good right now. I've been trading a bunch of memes for it, and that was kind of cool. And then I've been getting some of that dried profit and even a little of that rat Bitcoin. That is base is starting to appeal for me a little bit more, but I don't like their fees though. I mean, you're getting jacked on fees. There's spreads, and then there's a little Coinbase fee in there too. And really, they're kind of crapping on Ethereum. Because they're just kind of bypassing Ethereum on the settlement layer altogether or something. I forgot how they got this tracked up, but the settlement is delayed and then a little bit more in their favor, and they're getting what would normally go to Ethereum. So they found a way just to steal, basically. And so I guess we'll start seeing that on other chains or possibles on other layer 3s or something. Layer 2s and layer 3s. But I do like the Coinbase thing. I do it on the Coinbase wallet. But they do have a lot of memes. If you're a meme player, they've got a bunch of them. Haven says, my bet is based potato, but there's other. Based potato. Are you with like a group, or do you follow like certain people that kind of keep you informed on memes, or do you do your own analysis to kind of get into them, like Twitter? Are you a Twitter chaser and all that? I mean, I'm just curious. You know about all these meme coins and stuff, and I don't. Not that I'm trying to though, but I'm just curious how that works a lot. But I do know that some people will sit there on Dex Tools and stay up to date on that. And I think that's what we're trying to do right now. And that I thought I was on Dex Tools, but I'm not. Or what, Dex Screener? Let's try Dex Screener. Is that the one? I think it's based potato, unless that's a copy of the one, because they do that a lot. But I'd like that they got, they got Rat BTC over there too. And I like that. That lets me, lets you play Bitcoin too, because you don't want to fade Bitcoin. You want to make sure that you're collecting Bitcoin. You want to keep that. It's going to keep going. That's going to be the solidity to your wallet. I'm just telling you, man. Don't pay Bitcoin. You need that. This whole game is about getting more Bitcoin. If you're doing it the OG way, this whole game, altcoins and everything, it's all about getting your wealth and storing it in Bitcoin. So we got potato against wheat. What the hell's all this? This is $45,000. What the hell? What is this? On sushi, I've got to have the wrong thing there. Potato. Oh, that's so. No, that was it, wasn't it? They also have it over on Solana, but that was the one on base potato. Well, that's the right chart. I don't know. Is that dollars? Is there like only 3 of these coins in existence or something crazy? Oh, this is. I'm not sure how to read this. Are you in dollars or not? I don't think this is in. I don't know, man. I know I'm on the daily. She's starting to move with some green candles. That's all I can tell in the daily. 4 hour. I'm not seeing much I can work with on that chart. Haven says XCN, I want to get into it to trade it with you guys. It's a good one to catch her on the lows. I'll definitely, and she's starting to come back a little bit now, so getting her pullback. I think we talked about it. This must be a totally different chart. Let's see, what were the good places to get back? And we look at the moving averages. You can see all the moving averages down here. We're coming back to this area. So this 13 to 15 cents starting up through there, building a little bag of that. Not cents, not 13, 1.2 to 1.5 cents. So anywhere between a penny and a penny and a half, and she's at 2 now. There's a chance she might come all the way, do a deep retracement and get back to that 1 penny area, but I hope not. I hope not. She should be starting to do a little something here. But it would be cool if we can get a higher high than what we had, or even back up there. There's. I mean, it's kind of like the meme coins in a way. When you get down so low to fractions of a penny, you can make the gains, and when they start coming up, just to a few pennies. So just coming back up to our full-time high, that's about not quite a 5x, but it's pretty nice. Here is Toshi. That's on Coinbase. And wow, you got decimated. Well, that's since you've been on base. Let me get a better chart here. Yeah, here's the real chart. Okay. Ooh, man. That was sweet. 0.002 cents was the highest that you got up there. And from where we are back up to there, that's a good 6 or 7x there. So she's right back to where she was in January. You didn't have a big December? I find that interesting. When all the other altcoins were topping out and everything like that in December, Toshi wasn't. It was in January when she decided to go crazy. And did I do something with that? I'm trying to remember. She definitely had a deep retracement. I've got some of this and I'm just wondering, man, why are your bags so low, man? So let's see, this was March 14th. That's about a month ago. Making some progress here. Man, I'd love to get back in this areas over here. Looks like we've got a breakout going on for Toshi. And she could be coming back down to the retest on those areas. So for some of these little guys, I mean, I know it's a meme coin, and some people don't like meme coins, and some people love meme coins. A lot of times it will come back for a retest, and it's at 0.0003 and 0.00026, 27, 28, anywhere through that area, coming back down to this 100 moving average area, somewhere around this breakout area, even right up here, anywhere through here would be a nice little place to try to get in my personal opinion, or maybe add some to your bag. Anyway, if it come down there for a retest, because she's at a nice place that you can see some gains over on this one. It's just a little meme coin play, and we just took it from over here. I mean, I can see her getting back over here pretty easy. And I can see her doing a 2.5x pretty easy. Toshi, I think, has been Armstrong's cat, and I think it was the first meme coin on base, if I remember correctly. There's also Brett. I haven't looked at that one. I got a little bit of that, but both of these bags are just down a lot. I got meme bags on them, but they're just down a lot. Brett's at basically about 2.5 cents, just a little over 2.5 cents. Zoom out on Brett. Ooh. You came full bottom? Oh, Brett's at a great price. I may need to take some of the stuff I do with my XEN. Dabble it in here on a little Brett. I may do that now, not much, but I might do a little bit. It's at 2 cents, right? Turkey going to FOMO in on some Brett right now. This is the 1 hour. The lowest that she's been was when her big drop. She went to 2.3 cents, and we're at 2.6 cents. Even if she comes down lower this week, I mean, if I'm doing a DCA strategy, I'm not as picky about what my entry is going to be, and I'm just going to nibble in on some of this. And so I've got some fresh USDC burning a hole in my little pockets. Brett, come here, baby. Come here, darling. Well, you look like you're at the tops, trying to come down. On my little graph over here in Coinbase, I'm seeing this right here. Well, yeah, she may even come down lower. This is pretty good though, at the support level. She might come down a little further. 2.617, so 2.66. Oh my god. You bought the top, stupid. Oh no, I'm gonna put some in on you, Brett. Do I want to do it from Ethereum, or am I trying to give Ethereum a chance? I'll do it on this stupid fiat. I'm not putting in. I'm just putting in a little $50. And I see if I put in $50, I get $49.84 a Brett. Oh, but on the end screen, it tells me I get $49.34 worth of Brett. So there's like 60 cents worth of Brett at 0.02 cents that I'm not getting. I'm being cheated. I'm 120 Brett on this transaction. Slippage charge 3%. Coinbase fee is 50 cents, by the way. There you go. And then there's a network fee in Ethereum of just fractions of a penny, but Coinbase is going to make sure that they get theirs on this. So we see how Coinbase is working DeFi. It's not really DeFi, is it? It's fake DeFi, but it works pretty good. I'm just saying. You know, I was looking at Ethereum, like moving wrapped Bitcoin, what that would cost off an exchange, and it was like $1.75, and I'm like, that's for regular Ethereum. I'm like, well, that's cool. That's all right. Because I remember, you know, trying to do things and move things, Ethereum tokens around, and the fees were like $400, $500 to move something to a wallet. It was crazy. So $1.75 is like, yeah, it's kind of like Trump with his negotiations, like, we're going to take over Greenland, and we're going to take over, we're going to do this and do it. And then it turns out he just wants this, do this, and you know, oh, okay, well, that sounds a lot more reasonable. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Even though, you know, $1.75 to move something that's, you know, it's kind of, compared to other things, it's really kind of expensive. But hey, a lot better than $400 though, right? Yeah. That makes you feel good about it. You know, I think that Trump might have that special ability to just come up behind somebody and go, and then make them feel good about it. And they'll go, that was wonderful. That was awesome. Thank you. I just think he's got that ability. Haven back. Let's see. Gifted a membership. Thank you for that, Haven. And it looks like Blocky Crypto got a membership. Woohoo! Yay, my little stream elements things. That's... I gotta figure out how this works. Glittery Marshmallow. See y'all next time, friends. Have arrived. Have a good night, and remember to touch grass. That's something I need to remember to do more. Hey, we got Tom Schultz. What do you think about EOS rebranding to Volta at the end of May? I haven't heard about that. I am not sold on it. Is that what's starting to get things stirred around? I mean, I remember EOS IPO, and it was the talk of everything. And I managed to finally get, and this back when I had very little money in crypto at all, but I managed to put a little bit of some things into it, and got 2 tokens and paid $15 for them. And this coin has never went back to those IPO $15 levels. I was suckerfied in on EOS, so I might have a little bit of a bias on it, especially since it just hasn't done much. It was supposed to be the Chinese version of Ethereum, but this is what its chart has looked like for all of its life here on the weekly time scale. So if I remember correctly, that one of the founders just has a history of just starting things and never finishing them, or just, you know, just I don't know. I'm just alleged. I'm trying to remember what was the thing about this, but there's nothing on this chart that makes me want to get into it whatsoever. And maybe I mean, it could be your little wild card. If she ever did go to $3, $10, or ever get back up to 14, sometimes they like to breathe a little life into some zombie coins, and it seems like they like to do that about every cycle. I mean, it came back to life last cycle. I mean, it was considered dead last cycle too, but it still pulled off. Yeah, this one stayed around $2. I remember back in the day. But she went back up to 14. She did go back to 14. Bless your little heart. So that means I was a sucker. It was 2018. That sounds about right. Was it? I thought it was earlier. I forgot how that worked. It was back before what is it? ICOs became too illegal or whatever. Back when I just found out how to do it right before they said no more. I think this was the one that probably, I don't know, man. But I mean, there could be a play there. She might do something, but you know, she had a few weeks where she went up in $14 from 2. And I bet nothing much has really changed on the chain since then. So maybe she can. Too risky for me though. Just my opinion. My opinion does not have to be your opinion though. That's what makes this world a beautiful place. Thank you, Harvey. Haven says, Dave, help me out, but I bought too much tariff coffees. Let me back up here and make sure I haven't missed much over here. Reese John, thank you for supporting the channel, my man. Thank you, Haven Pack, for gifting the membership there. Haven says, play for us and we won't tell anyone. I think we're going back to guitars and stuff. Jim says, MacD could tell a different story though. Uh-oh. Weekly stochastics are nice for XEN, hoping that plays out. MacD could tell a different story. Just looks like she wanted to go through a little bit of a pullback. I'm not surprised. Especially one with that many tokens to do something like that. But it's nice, man. It would be kind of the same thing. I mean, XEN did the same thing. She pumped up and then she came back and went level. It was a lot like this. And all I do is I'm just playing the fibs, and the fibs get, you know, taking profits along on the way on the fibs, and then you got the little dry powder. That's at least what we're trying to do there. Worked out really good today on XEN. Haven says if you use on-chain base, it's a lot cheaper than using the exchange, like 100 times cheaper. Yeah, I've not logged into Coinbase app or the exchange in probably 4 or 5 years. I've still got some coins over there that I'll check on, little moon bags or something. But yeah, I do like the decentralized exchanges are cool, dude. They are cool. And the fact that you can do a lot of that stuff in your wallet. I mean, Phantom Wallet and Coinbase Wallet, they all kind of work kind of the same. And decentralized finance, that really is a cool thing. And I'm going to give a shout out to one of my favorite exchanges, decentralized exchanges. And I'm really impressed. It's Osmosis. It's on the Cosmos ecosystem. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Where are you? Here we are. Osmosis Zone. Probably it's best to go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and get there, but they got the reason it's cool right now is because, I mean, the Cosmos ecosystem, they're multi-chain, right? And I'm trying to pull up all the assets that they've got, but they've got just about everything you can imagine now. I mean, they got Bitcoin, they got TIA. Of course, a lot of these are SDK. A lot of the top 100 coins are SDK things. MantraDAO, which is one that, yeah, that's another one that's been really, really sweet to me. I like MantraDAO. You can even trade Solana now. I mean, most of everything you need over here, and it's decentralized. Decentralized, fees are low. I mean, you can do a lot over here, and I think you can do limit orders now. I don't ever do it for limit orders. Maybe I should. And then I know on some of the other Cosmos chains, like Ori chain, they got perpetuals, they got futures, and they may even have it over here on Osmosis now. But I just remember, you know, back in the early days, it was only the Cosmos ecosystem chains that you could trade over here, and slowly they've grown and expanded, and now you can just scroll and Chainlink, Avalanche, Pepe. And they've got everything, most of everything that you would look for. And you do have the option to do limit orders or just a flat out swap. But I like it. I like it. I do DeFi, and I'm still scrolling and still Filecoin. You got an ICP? Is that for real?
Messages encrypted, but we feel so real.
Brave Expanse says XCN did have a rebound. I cashed out on some of my staking rewards. You know, I haven't even got any of that staked. I've just got mine sitting on actually it's sitting on the exchange. Should probably look into that.
Bit by bit, I'm falling into you.
So she is falling down a little bit. Oh, and then she popped back up. I just say he's got 48 billion out there, but circulating supply is 33, so at least most of it's out there. Built on Arbitrum. I didn't know that. Secured by Base. I didn't know that. Well, that's why you're on Base, I guess. So here's the stake. Ooh, look at that. 33%. Is that why you got so many coins? Well, I'm a dumbass for not having mine staked over there, aren't I? Maybe I'll move a little over there to stake. What wallet can I use? Ooh, I can use that one. I can move those over. Trying to see the options here. Daily emission is 4 million. I'm not crazy about some of that stuff. Haven says, I have Atom, Tia, I&J, Wawa, Crow, Osmosis, and maybe a couple of others staked on Atom. There you go, my man. It's a great ecosystem. I've been playing that one for a long time. I got things and if you stake Atom, it may be changing now, but the last 2 cycles, you got some really cool airdrops if you just had 100 Atom staked. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been going for about an hour, 18 minutes. That's a pretty decent amount of time for a show. What are you doing, Bitcoin? Are you going up or are you going down? What's the deal? Okay, because I'm in a short right now on Bitcoin. I feel that we might have fulfilled our little 3 humps in the dump. We've also hit some fib levels here that, since we're here on the smaller 6-minute time frame, and this is where I did a lot of this, but we're at a nice little possible double top area here on the weekend, so short just seemed like a very appropriate thing to do. Looking back through this, I just map out my life on Bitcoin. I remember us talking about the possibility of this being a nice little bottom area, and she actually bounced before. I thought she might come all the way back down, to be honest with you, but she bounced before. We just look back and see this whole week fold out. I'm just going through every day of my week here, and then here we are on the weekend again. Low liquidity weekends, trying to see what's going on. I was hoping to be a millionaire by now, but I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm starting to wonder if that's what happened. With the way these altcoins have given up the gold. Look, the little Batman, the little bat tower. That's the little bat tower. Look, I'm a little devil. Look, I can't draw anything on. Oh, that looks. That's... So, my personal opinion, as far as shorting, I mean, we're slowly losing levels, right? That level, this level, this level. Now we got this level here. I'm on the 6-minute, and Ichimoku Cloud is looking like she's kind of supported for us to come down a little bit, but I don't think we're going to just. If I had to guess, I wouldn't doubt if we would come back down to Now we're 80s. I'd rather fit that. I thought we already took a look at this, but 82, 81.5 area. Two areas I keep an eye on. 618 is an interesting area here. Normally, if we're still kind of bullish momentum, where we might still be bullish, say come Monday or Tuesday, we might just catch over here at these guys. This is on a very small ass time frame, man. There's a lot that could be going on this 6 minute, but this has been our whole week on this 6 minute time frame. So we got a mixed bag on the hourly prices. Things are coming up and going down. Tau is at $258. I guess that's okay. She's going up. She was down to 174. So if you've been, and when was this? Was this? Yeah, this is past week. So if you were collecting or buying just a little, or buying on the higher low, building a little back, and to sell off a little bit on the weekend here, you'd be doing kind of good. SEI also doing things. She got down to 1340. She's at what, almost 16 cents now. Be nice if we can come back up to 21 there. Jasmine, are you still around? Solana, she was down to 97. Let's take a look at Solana real quick. A lot of people are in Solana. I'm trying to build up my bag of Solana again. It's been a slow process to try to build that little bag up. Looks like we might have a breakout here on the 2 hour. I am not seeing anything. There's some bullish divergence coming on. It's healthy. We're above the 9 moving average on the daily. That's cool. How far can we come back down? 114. Yay! Let's see what they do this weekend. It looks like they're trying to get tired now. We broke trend lines, so we'll come down for a little bit of retracement, or maybe they'll dump us down. I was kind of curious how they're going to play us this weekend. So we had a good Friday, and they'll probably start dumping us, getting us scared. And they usually do. If they're going to dump us, they really like to dump us on. They could do anything. They could dump us tomorrow and then get us back hopeful Sunday, but I wouldn't expect that. I would expect them I would expect really the bigger dump to come on Sundays. But anyway, whatever move that they're doing this weekend, you can't really trust it. To me, it's the market makers gunning for, and whale games going on, and they're trying to get the retail starting to come back into the regular market, taking advantage of those cheap stocks, and we're also starting to see some things going in crypto with the altcoins there. And just to reiterate what we got on total 3, they might come up over the next few days. If it does, that's a great time to be taking profits, because that's definitely resistance over there. And Bitcoin dominance is also starting to go to the upside. That affects altcoins too. So, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Trade carefully. We'll be back again tomorrow night. 23 people. Thanks for hanging out. And if you haven't already, if you don't mind.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll go to the end screen over here. Dragon said, we're going to 0 tonight. -0. No, I think we're just at this resistance area, so we do need to pull back. I don't think it's going to be that. It looks like it could be shallow. If I had to guess, I would say Bitcoin back to 81.5 or 82,000, and then see what it does there. That is really close to that too. Possibility to 80,800, maybe. But But overall, we can get a bounce, and it looks like it could even pick up from there, though. I'm really starting to lean toward the 80,800 area now.
Echoes of fortunes will pursue, but shadows keep blocking my view. When moon crypto, when moon, I'm so tired of waiting. Everyone
Even says I missed out on guns.
waiting. I keep hanging on to my dream.
Haven says, I know I should buy 100 Illuvium, but I'm not going to. It's pretty cheap too, isn't it?
Pacing halls of shattered belief, wandering through force of disbelief. Dreams dangle like
Oh, I'm way behind on this chat.
still trapped behind these bars. When moon crypto, when moon, I'm so tired of waiting. Everyone is capitulating. I keep hanging on to my dream, but nothing is as it seems.
Larry Marshall Miller says, what do Fridays and unicorns have in common? They both bring magic into our lives.
Yeah, rising through the night. Caught in the glow, where the charts collide, dips fade away. I'm on this neon ride, sats in my veins. FOMO's electric spark, ooh yeah. Crypto's my pulse, beating through the dark, yeah. Yeah. Gas fees flicker, whales dance in the haze. I'm stacking dreams in this digital maze. Every coin I claim lights a moonlit flame. Ooh, smooth. Bull runs my wave, I'm rewriting the game. Woo! Neon bull run lighting up the sky.
Good night, everybody.
Through the dark,
Let the little dog wave us out.
yeah.